He was totally, you can say, illiterate, and he lived in 19th century. He was a he was a master of Vivekanand who visited United States. So he used small parables to help us to know what exactly how to approach to the real self in day-to-day life. I just remember. So that master, people ask him how to live in this world day to day. We have a lot of challenges, problems, and so he said, do all your duties, but keep your mind on the real self. He said, live with all, wife, children, father, mother, perform your duty, treat them as if they were very dear to you, but know in the heart of your heart that the dearest is the real self. So he was asked to explain further. He said, don't you see the, the maid that comes into your house, performs all the household duties, but her thought is fixed on her own home, on her own children. Look at this. Look at the messes. So she brings up, that maid brings up her master's children as if, they are their own. But her mind is kept on holding on to the real self. He gave another example. The turtle moves in the water, but can you guess where her thoughts are? There on the there where her eggs are lying. So the turtle awareness is already always on her eggs. So that is what the masters do all your duty in the world, but keep your mind on the real self. Done. You need not to listen to any principle. It is done. The mind is always there. But which mind is always there? That is the problem. If the pure, mind is not pure, then the mind goes everywhere. You see that? Huh? Here comes Sunita after a long time, maybe after 15 years. So very good. So she works for, I think, All India Radio, a public radio station in India. So you see that is how this master, every master has their own approach. So uh, in this Eastern wisdom, we always give an example of a snake and the rope. Snake is superimposed on the rope, helps us to know what happens in ignorance. That needs to be understood. So that snake does not exist when you are walking late in the evening. It is a rope, but my mind has projected snake into it. I am real self, but my mind projected that I am Girish, you are Vaibhav, you are David and Jerry. There is only one real self. That needs to be understood, and that is the journey of this master. So he never talks that your mind should be pure, but he has already in the first chapter, he says, what exactly it means dispassion. Are you living into that state of dispassion? Do you really understand what is real self. Are you holding your mind on the real self? That's why I gave that example. So this is one example of a snake and the rope. If rope is not there, we do not see snake also. Do you see that? But the snake does not exist. Problem is that the snake does not exist, but our mind takes, because of impurity, that the snake exists. So the entire journey, all the principles and the concepts are meant to remove that snake. What is left? Rope. Rope, you can say that it is the real self. When we are seeker, the pure and the focused mind discovers that there is one reality behind the world of name and the form. Now, in our country, we use lot of we find platinum is the costliest element. So we find the platinum behind the nose pin, earring, necklace, bracelet. Just see that. The different names and the forms exist in name just for the sake of name. Actually, it is platinum. One element. So just contemplate and think that it is only one element that exists. That element is our real self. And it happens only when we are a seeker. When we are a seeker. And who is a seeker? When there is a dispassion and discernment. When there is a dispassion and discernment, when you start thinking, whatever the goal you have in your mind, if you don't think about that goal, where you want to go, I want to go to Walmart. So Walmart is the goal, fixed. Same thing, what I want to find out, real self. Otherwise, this beard guy will speak and speak and speak, and you stop thinking, oh, it doesn't work. I have a lot of things to do. I have seen a lot of people. Oh, I have a lot of things to do. Now, I will leave 15 minutes earlier. Leave it. We are okay. But it tells you something about mind. So, let us go to this next sutra. That is a wonderful verse. And that's a wonderful verse. What it says, fourth one. Yatha nattu yatu bhinna, or we can say bhinna staranga fena budbuddha atmano na tatha bhinna vishwamatman vinirgatam. So now, simple, if I translate into simple, so here he translates, as waves, foam, and bubbles are not different from water, so the universe emanating from the self is not different from it. How can you separate snake if there is no rope? But how to reach to that state? Only through the mind. What is the mind? Mind is the inner instrument. So when it is pure, undisturbed, then we can remove the veil of ignorance. How? By knowledge. When? Here and now. The real self is present here and now. So our meditation is with eyes open. But why it does not happen? God bless you. 3 times, because you did 3 times. So you see the 3 defects of the mind is there. What are the 3 defects that prevents us awakening to meditation? One is the impurity. It is known as mala. Second is the vikshepa. It is known as, you can say, distraction. Third is ignorance. In descending order. Impurity, vikshepa, and avaran. Impurity means mala in Sanskrit. So what exactly is this mala? or impurity. You know? So normally in philosophical sense, we say desire, anger, greed, and pride, jealousy, and a strong identification with the body. But that does not make a sense. But yes, when you want to be a seeker, then we discuss in detail. Now, make a sense that what exactly it means by impurity. Impurity simply means when the mind is interested in something other than the real self. While listening to me, just check your mind, where your mind is. Is mind more interested in something other than the real self? And if the mind is more interested in something other than the real self, finished. What will happen? Then the mind will continue to run after that object, that person. That is why I gave the parable in the beginning. What I should do. So, what is the remedy? What is the solution? So, the master says the solution is nitya and the namitya karma. What does it mean? That I'm doing my duty with a joy in day to day life, but keeping the mind on the real self. Got it? So impurities is gone. First is the impurity is gone. Now comes the second. Why the master is saying discernment and dispassion both are required. These two qualities must be practiced every day at every moment in life to be in the state of meditation here and now. Here and now, with eyes open. So the first is the impurity. So understand what is the impurity? I'm talking to you, and if the mind is thinking of something else, gone. Second is vikshepa. It means the distraction. What exactly means distraction? You are doing meditation, and the mind starts thinking of something else during the practice of meditation. Mind is distracted. You wake up in the morning, oh, let me take a shower. No, I think it's better to take a cup of tea. No. Let me lie down and relax again. Check that state of the mind. Check those movements of the mind. Once you have these movements, they are known as distraction. It cannot make you a seeker. So when you discern and your mind enters into the state of dispassion, then this problem can be solved. Two things: impurities. Mind is thinking of something other than the real self. First, impurity. And now I choose to think over or meditate. At that time, some other thought disturbed me. So that is what the distraction is. I think these two things are clear. When you correct these two problems, impurity and distractions are gone by regular practice, then we become a seeker. Seeker. Then the third is there. At that moment, in that state of the mind is then we are ready to remove the ignorance. What is that ignorance? Ignorance, oh, there is only earring. Don't you see that? But I see the platinum. Don't you see the nose ring? No, I see the platinum. These different labels are for the sake of labels. But deeper inside, essentially it is platinum, it is gold. This is what the master says. Yatha na toyato bhinnahas bhinnah tarangah fein budbudah atmano. What he says, atmano natatha bhinnah vishwamatman vinirgatam what he says, just as wave, foam, and the bubbles are not different from water, they are not different from the water. So all this which has emanating from the real self is no other than oneself. Means what? I am becoming Kate, I am becoming Anne, I am becoming Jerry, David, I am becoming everything. Outside this is just who is that I? That I is the real self. So the real self is a common element. It is only one, but it appears different because of the name and the form. Look at the beauty. Look at real self is not different from the world in appearance. It's a new level of awareness that once we are there, we always live into that state of meditation. Now I am pure consciousness. Now I see the universe is not different from the consciousness. So then, here only in Arizona, I was explaining this, but when your mind is not pure, oh, say, so it means when I see my wives, you see the distortion of these principles. I see my honey, so it means that all women are my honey. You see the distortion. Because when the mind is not pure, then we cannot enter into these principles. Go little deeper. Yatha, what he says, Yatha natto yato bhinna staranga. What is creation? It is an extension of the name and the form. The moment there is a name and form, there is the world and the universe. And where it is seen in the real self. Like the different waves, foams, flood, storm, all are seen in the same water. Every name and the form has a beginning and end. And what we are searching? We are searching the real self that never has a beginning, never has an end. So this master says real self is one and all pervading, but appears as many, as the gold appears as many, as the water appears as many, as the platinum appears as many. Can I see it? Seeing that, am I aware of this fact? And the mind, we are caught by the ignorance. What is that ignorance? I'm happy today because of you. Tomorrow I am unhappy because of you. But you appear as a name in the form. You appear as a name in the form. See that? This is what the master is saying. What is saying? Again, see, look into that. So what we do, you sit and contemplate, with eyes open. Where I see the wall, the tube light, the monitor, the screen, and you as a name in the form. So I see the body, monitor, clock, my master's picture, and everything. Now, can I see it is all matter? It is all matter, including this body. Carbohydrate is matter, protein is matter, fat is matter. Can I see that? Can I see the reality behind the names and the forms? Another way to pick up and understand, go and find out the ultimate cause, logically, rationally, step by step. You look beautiful. Who looks beautiful? Body. What is this body? Is body you? But for the sake of convenience in the world, we should use. But at the same time, We should remain aware of that the ultimate cause is the matter. Same way, we perform all our duties in day to day life, but like the maid whose mind always lives with her own family, even while working for the master, working for the owner. Are you getting it? So simple. But we have to need to contemplate. Need to contemplate. I'm with my honey. Let me perform my duty and finish it. So eh, I become honey before the honey. I become the father before the son, and then I do my duty, and it is done. So, here, one thing that is very important to understand what the master is saying. Normally, we say the blueness of the sky. So, we have separated. In the beginning, the journey is to separate. Sky is blue? No. Blueness is not there. Sky is not blue. So, snake is there in the rope? No. But now, what is the message here by this example? That there is a real self, that is the state of being, which is becoming by different names and the forms. Are you getting it? The water is one, it is becoming wave in its name and the form, but essentially it is a water. It is becoming form. Essentially it is a water. It is becoming a flood. Essentially it is water. Can I hold on my mind to that essential nature? And that essential nature is me. That is the goal of meditation. Let us see that. So, as the waves in the foams are emanating from the water, so the entire universe of name and the form emanating from the real self. So, is it emanating from me? You have a doubt? I know myself. Is it clear? I know you. Is it clear? So, who is this I? I know myself. I know everyone here. I know the world. Who is this I? It is consciousness. Okay, remove that consciousness. Can I ever recognize you? So it is that I is appearing as name in the form as David and Jerry and Kate and so. It is only one reality. That is the message Master is giving. Let us start